You are listening to the Outlaw Podcast with me, your host, Andrea Hall. I am a certified equine gestalt coach, speaker, 3-time author, and lawyer. I help women lawyers who are miserable in their career, struggling with mental and emotional health issues, wanting to have fun in their lives, and struggling to be selfish. After fulfilling my dream of being a criminal defense attorney and opening my own law practice right out of law school, I thought I had it all. While at the height of my career, my 18-month-old puppy died, and I thought, what am I killing myself for? Sometime later, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and my world turned upside down. It was in that moment I realized something had to change. This podcast is about sharing my journey with you about what is possible in your life outside the legal profession, stopping the adulting, and being able to play as a child, inspiring you to dream again. Let the journey begin. Good evening, Facebook, and welcome back to another episode of Outlaw. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you locked in a mental prison and the key is in your pocket? I love to read, and anyone who knows me knows that at any given moment I have 2 or 3 books that I'm reading. One might be for pleasure, a couple for business, whatever the case might be. I have numerous books going on at all times. However, I just binge read The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And while I started reading this book, I discovered that she's a lawyer. And when I was reading her story, I could so relate to some of the things that she was talking about. As a lawyer, I knew I was in pain, and yet it wasn't enough for me to have the audacity to be bold. Stepping out of my comfort zone actually required me to set aside fear and the lion that was chasing me 24/7. I noticed that things like saying no, overthinking, self-doubt, finding time for myself, eating healthy and working out were all things that felt hard to do. And I continued to stay stuck on the hamster wheel and go 100 miles an hour, even though I was heading straight for the ditch. I was numb in my life. Is there anyone else out there who can relate to this? Going to my law practice or any other high-stress career, depending on who I'm talking to, and overthinking whether you should stay or go, not saying no to a client, and missing your kid's soccer game for the 3rd time in a month, hearing your husband say he's off to the gym, and you're thinking, if I only had time to get to the gym. Have you ever noticed that right before you're about to do something like hairy scary, you stop? And that's because your brain is hardwired. It is wired to make you stop if there's any sort of hesitation. The longer you allow your brain to think about something, the more excuses it will come up with to keep you safe. We are geniuses at keeping ourselves stuck and safe. You will have a yearning to take action. Every ounce of you will be ready to move forward, and yet you will be stopped dead in your tracks. I can remember getting to my office on Monday and wondering why it was I continued to stay in a profession that was completely miserable and sucking the life out of me. It was because I would get stopped by my ego, the desire to make money, and all of the millions of other excuses I could make up. On Sunday, I would remind myself that tomorrow is Monday and I'm going to get back on the treadmill. And then when the alarm went off at 5 o'clock in the morning, I found myself hitting snooze once, twice, 3 times so that I could suck up another 5 minutes of sleep. And before I knew it, it was time to get out of bed and actually go to work. And I'd go, okay, I'll start that next week, Monday. I decided I was only going to eat organic and I was going to get back to eating healthy. And about that time, lunch would roll around and I was in a hurry. I had to meet with a client. I had to get to court, and whole paycheck is just too expensive. And what the hell? It's cheaper to eat shitty. And as a matter of fact, it is. You can go to McDonald's and eat off the dollar menu, or you can go get a salad and, it's $5 to $10, right? So those are just a few of the things that were stopping me. And when you're able to overcome that nanosecond of hesitation, you will have the audacity to be bold. Like the audacity to come home from work and face your problems directly instead of hiding behind a drink or reality TV. You'll have the audacity to have a conversation with your significant other because your intuition tells you they are cheating instead of eating the whole tub of ice cream. You'll have the audacity to leave the office early and have a long weekend with your family instead of putting your clients' needs above your own. You will have free will to choose. And that free will to choose is either comfort or the audacity to be bold. Guess what? You're not able to do both. A nanosecond can change your life. When your intuition, your dreams, and your desires all align, you don't hesitate. That's when magic occurs. That's right. Someday is not on the calendar, and you have the key to unlock your own mental prison. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If this sounds all too familiar, let's have a chat. Send me a private message. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Outlaw, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning into another episode of Outlaw. There is life after litigation. If anything I said in this episode resonates with you, call for a free exploratory session to see how I can help you. My horses will give you instantaneous feedback. Unlike traditional talk therapy, you will shift your awareness into real time with the help of a horse. The horses are like lie detectors, flushing out limiting beliefs with a swish of their tail, a shift of their 1,200-pound body, or a simple unwillingness to move. Horses have a way of seeing into the window of our souls. Horses have been connected to humanity since the dawn of time. Their hearts can heal and mend our broken hearts. Simply standing in their presence can change our lives forever, putting the puzzle pieces back together and returning us to wholeness. Horses are restoring the parts of us that have been missing. You can call us at 970-682-4405 to set up your appointment today. Want to be inspired daily? See about our latest events or purchase a copy of my books? Go to our website at www.witherswhisper.com. That's www.witherswhisper.com. Or you can follow us on any social media venue at Withers Whisper. Until the next episode, listen to the whispers.